We're given a tutorial in lesson to tell us how to use the radio room. However, if we were ever unsure, there were these posters on the wall to show us how to use the radio room. There was the sound card setup, the Soundtrack Pro setup, and the radio desk setup. When using the radio desk, we had to ensure that all microphones were on. We had to also ensure that all three microphones were turned up accordingly so that all sound would be picked up, and that the levels and the knobs were in the identical positions to the radio desk setup. Had to ensure that on the sound card the top dial was facing 12 o'clock. The second dial had to also be facing 12 o'clock. We had to also ensure that the first two dials were both online. That's how we did it. The third dial, we always had to make sure it was turned all the way to the left for maximum input. This switch here, we would press on so that the on-air sign would be like this, so other people would be aware that we were recording. The next step was the initial setup of Soundtrack Pro, the software used to record, edit and construct my radio drama. Firstly, I opened the Soundtrack Pro software. I then had to ensure the input was the built-in input, so any audio will be recorded by the in-studio mics and not the built-in mic of the Mac itself. The next step was to select preferences from the Soundtrack drop-down menu. I then had to select the scratch and edited locations. I selected my group's folder, Ellis, Leah, Rosie and Carl, and selected these as a destination for both. I then selected the track I wish to record and hit record. After I'd recorded the audio, I then pressed the spacebar in order to stop recording. I then selected Save As, named my file and selected Collect Audio Files and then pressed Save. The next step was to export my sound file. I named my sound file, selected the format I wished it to be saved as, which was MP3, and I then selected my groups folder and clicked Export.